Now that we've created our project and we're in our project tab, we can add a task list right up here in the right hand corner. And then we'll want to give the task list a name based on the job. So for example, we could do, in this case, your brochure. You won't need to put any notes here. We'll put everything, all the details in the master thread, which we'll see in a minute. Privacy, it will automatically be everyone on the project that you listed in the project when you created it, or you can come in and do special privacy settings for the specific task list. So only the people that you select will be able to be assigned tasks or subtasks, and also only be able to see, they'll be the only ones that can see that task list. Advanced, this is the most important tab, I think, unless you really need to do some privacy settings. This is where you'll select the template that you want to use. So since we're doing a new brochure, we'll come down here to brochure white paper, new, and it'll pop down all the tasks that are going to show up. You want to make sure that skip weekends is on there so that none of the due dates come up on Saturday or Sunday. And then we'll want to notify everyone by email. I won't right now, so you don't get bombarded with unnecessary emails. And then what is somewhat unfortunate is you have to select the start date instead of the due date. And usually it's easier to pick a due date than it is a start date, but what you can do is come down here to the very bottom, and you can see that the entire job is going to take 20 days to before it's finalized. So let's say you want it to be completed Friday the 15th, then you know you need to go back about 4 weeks to get it done. So what you can do is you can either manually do that and come up here, maybe give yourself some cushion and select August 23rd, or you can hit 1 week and it'll automatically, however many weeks you want to do, and then it'll go back. So let me just go back, August 23rd, and then you'll add new task. Some of the tasks are not automatically assigned, so pretty much most of them, except for Kyle and for design, Andrew for Quick Connects, they have some options here so that the correct person is assigned the task. So the project lead will be usually yourself, unless you're creating it for someone else. They're responsible for content creation, reviews, looking at proofs, almost everything like that. And then for proofreading, this is where whoever needs to approve the content, or someone who can look at it with fresh eyes and check for grammatical errors. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to do Andrea. And then load to the web. This will usually be Jay, Denzel, or Kyle. So you can do that. Finish. And then it will add the task list and it'll automatically pop up. So one of the first things that you'll want to do is to go through each and every single one of these, hit the pencil to edit, and then do the naming convention so that you can see throughout the entire thing which job it is that you're working on. This is important because in your to-do list, it'll be easier for everyone to see which job they're actually working on. What job do I actually need to create content for? Do I need to proofread? It just makes it easier for everyone to see quickly what job they're working on. Save the changes. I'll do that throughout. As I mentioned before, the master thread is where you will put all, that's where you add subtasks, where you'll put you'll add a comment, and this is where you'll put all of the details for the task. If you if you need to add your creative brief, you want to state if it's a new design, the number of concepts, everything you will do in the master thread so that it can be one long conversation and everything will be stored in one place. And you'll also want to select the people within the project So Andrea's on there, I'm on there, Kyle and Jay. I'm actually not going to do that right now, but they will be able to be notified every time a comment is made. Let's close out of that. And then what we'll want to do is if you say, I'll edit all of these with the naming convention, and then if you need to change someone assigned to a task, you'll again go to the edit, the pencil, and just change it. Let's say I need Jay to review it instead. When I change it to him, notify him by email, because otherwise he won't know that he was assigned that task, because it would have gone to Andrea the first time, and now Jay needs to know that it's his responsibility to do the proofreading. Save that change, and now Jay shows up as the responsible party for that task. The other thing that we can do is we can add tasks. So let's say that in between proofreading and final content review and submission, we need Stephanie to review it. So we'll again use our naming convention and content approval. We'll add Stephanie in here, notify her by email. I'm not going to do that. And then if you look up here after proofreading, it's August 30th. So we'll go ahead and put September 1st in there, so the next day, and then give her a couple of days to do that and to approve it. We'll need to create some dependencies here because there are tasks above that need to be completed before she can approve the content. So we'll select those. So the content will need to be created, proofreading will need to be done, and that's it, because we'll move it up above final content review and submission. Select those and then save changes. And then you'll notice this most grid-like thing with the arrows up and down, and that allows us to drag and drop this into the new positions. That puts it here. But as you'll notice now, we've changed the dates here because we've added a task. And so now all the subsequent dates are not aligned. So what we want to do is for the task following the new one that we made, we need to better align it with this. So if Stephanie's going to get that to us at the end of the 5th, we'll change the start date for final content review and submission for the 6th, and give us a few days to finalize that on Friday. And you can see all the due dates move down, and for whatever reason, this is on a Saturday, so just look out for that, and we can move it to the Monday. I'm not 100% sure why it's doing that, because we asked to avoid weekends, but just make sure you double check all of them. See, it's doing it there too. I'm not really sure what's going on, but just double check all of them. And then that's the way you can do it. You can also, if this doesn't need to be loaded to the web, you can come in here and delete a task. So there's a couple different things you can do, and again, just make sure that you use the naming convention and change every single one of these so that it's clear to the person assigned to it what they need to be doing. And that's it.